What is up, guys? It is Saturday night, 6:28 p.m., and tomorrow is another opportunity to be great. And it's also our long run, and it's going to be our long run in the Diadora Gara here, which is one of my favorite race shoes from the first half of the year. It really surprised me. It's from a little bit of an underdog brand, a competitor, a new brand on the scene, Diadora, when it comes to performance running. And they've been in athletics. They've been making trainers. They've been making running shoes, lifestyle shoes for a while. But this is their first carbon-plated race shoe. It looks slick. It looks like a Porsche 911 meets something Roger Federer would wear, but it can rip. It can rip. It was just as good, if not better, than something like the Nike Vaporfly, than something like the Adidas Adios Pro 3, but I have not run in it in a while, and ever since I launched the Supwell app, the best place to buy, sell, and trade gently used and new running shoes, and the best place to connect with other hobby joggers, I think I've had 3 or 4 or 5 people ask me if I was willing to sell my pair of Diadora Gara. So far, I have not been willing to sell it, but I'm going to put it through another long run tomorrow. Maybe I will be willing to sell it by the end of the run. Also, maybe I'll just sell it so that I can buy the other colorway of this, which just came out, which is the black and gold, and is absolutely sick. So tomorrow, another opportunity to be great, another long run in the Diadora Gara. Let's get into it. Kobe. Alright guys, so before we get our beauty and performance sleep for the night, let us do an overview of the Diadora Gara here. Make sure this thing has the right lighting. Bang. So this is Diadora's race shoe. As I mentioned, carbon fiber plate in here and a full length bed of what they're calling Anima PBX, which is a supercritical PBA or supercritical PBAX. That means it's been injected with gas to make it light and airy, and it's the same polyether block amide or PBA compound that's seen in shoes like Nike Vaporfly, that's seen in shoes like Saucony Endorphin Pro 4, that's in the On Cloud Boom Strike. So it's light, it's airy, it has a really nice rocker to it, and the way that this carbon fiber plate is angled, that's the secret sauce. So when I was first analyzing all of the new race shoes to come out, and I was doing the shoes that I was most excited about, I put this on the list because it looks so good, but I wasn't sure what's really going to be the special ingredient. What's the secret sauce? Because there's so many race shoes out there, SC Elite V4, Saucony Endorphin, the Nike Vaporfly. I'm looking over here at Asics Metaspeed, Sky Paris, the Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro. There's so many of these shoes that have 40 millimeters of stack, which is the legal limit in the back, the carbon fiber plate, and the rocker. So the key ingredient here, the special sauce, it's the foam, and it's also the angle of the plate. I think that's really what takes the cake here. The angle of this plate is absolutely absurd. This is probably the best rocker of any race shoe in 2024. I will say it, the best rocker of any race shoe in 2024. Look at how smooth this is, and that translates to, in my memory, we'll see if this still holds up tomorrow, a really nice toe-off experience where it felt like at any pace this thing was just flinging me along, and it was almost giving me a 40-second per mile benefit. I mean, I went out on this one, the last long run I did, 20 or 21 miles. I was sick. I wasn't feeling that well. And I was holding a 7 flat pace like nothing in this shoe. A day where I'd probably be holding a 7:30 pace. And 7 flat in this felt super smooth. So you get a lot of foam in here. They do extend it off the back, which means it was okay for me as more of a heel striker. The rubber coverage is decent. I'll be interested to see how this does after tomorrow's run. That will put us at about, I believe, 50 to 60 miles. I can check my Strava just to be sure, but that'll put us at some pretty decent mileage on this. And you can see the rubber coverage is okay, not great. It's okay. Good rubber coverage in the front, better than the back. But man, it is this soft and bouncy foam paired with this rocker. And because there's so many of these PBA-based shoes, you have to do something different to stand out. And this one has done it with the striking. I mean, the design of this is striking. The aesthetic here. It's not just a blue. It's a blue-green. It's this dark blue-green right here with the yellow. It looks so sharp. The black and gold that just dropped, that Las Vegas colorway, is even better. They put great laces on here. It's a shoe where they nailed all of the little things, right? They have these notched laces, I call them the Nike Vaporfly 2 laces. Perfect laces on here. The upper material is really nice. That's an area where I'm actually, again, I'm not sure if I'm going to sell it. Maybe I'll sell it after on the Supwell app after tomorrow's run. The one area where I felt like maybe it wasn't completely dialed in was the length, and I know some people sized down on this. So after we get this on foot tomorrow, we'll see if it's a little bit roomier than I like, and if it is, maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll sell it on the app to get the black and gold. I kind of want the black and gold colorway, but that might be reckless. That might be reckless. But the material of the upper is matrix, which is commonly used on trail shoes. I tested the Solomon Genesis recently, and that was also using a matrix upper. I think it's supposed to be lighter weight, a little bit more resistant to tearing, maybe more durable. For me, the upper material doesn't make that much of a difference on these shoes. It's more so the fit, and does it just lay flat and get out of the way. Nike Alphafly, that's a great upper. The Mizuno Wave Rebellion Pro 2, which I just tested, great upper. And then the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4, that's also a great upper. Those are probably the 3 best race shoe uppers of the year. The Brooks Hyperion Elite 4, that is also an awesome race shoe upper, very lightweight. So we'll see how this holds up. Good padding around the back too. Overall, man, just a really nice looking shoe in a package that's put together well. So I'm going to go finish cleaning the kitchen, and I will see you bright and early in the morning for our run prep. We're manifesting greatness. I told you every long run is an opportunity to be great, and it's a blessing to be able to do this every week in good health, in good spirits, putting up 20 miles. So I hope everyone got their miles in this weekend, or you're going to. Happy long weekend. I'll see you guys in the morning. Alright, man, we did it. We did the early morning wake up. We were accountable. 4:26 a.m. I got up. Ooh, I don't want to preheat. I don't want to preheat, but the oven wants me to cook this morning. Turn on the lights here, like Future. Turn on the lights like 2011 Future. Well, that's what I said, man. It's another opportunity to be great. Every day where we could come out here, challenge ourselves to film with the right setting on. Bang, look at that. Look at that. Bang, look at that. Every day where we can push ourselves to get better, man, up your best. That's a good day. That's a good day. It's another opportunity to be great today. We're going to Carbon County this morning. I am cold. I'm going to put this on. I'm going to bump some tunes. Oh, look at that. We have homemade bread over there. It's a good day. Charlie took last night as an opportunity to be great and made some homemade bread. This is how we're coming this morning. To start it off, let's see. A little Chicago 2024 playlist. A little Chief Keef to start it off. Let's go. Another opportunity to be great. Alright, we got the coffee going over here. Well, the coffee pot. And I actually switched. I switched from Chief Keef to Currency. Because the Chief Keef, man, that was way too aggressive for, what is it? Bro, it's 4:38 a.m. and we're out here about to grind some coffee beans. Get in with me. Yeah, the Chief Keef was too aggressive. But man, Currency, there's just something about Currency. I respect that man so much. He just grinds. If you don't know who Currency is, listen to some Currency. Listen to Covert Coup by Currency and Alchemist. But this is what we're going with this morning. The Guatemala light roast from our friends over at Hatchet Coffee. So this is an anaerobic natural. They say the tasting notes are cherry liqueur, cranberry, and chocolate. So far, that's not really what I've gotten out of the Finca Pampoila right here. The Finca Pampoila. It tasted a little bit, yeah, definitely more of that red berry, but a touch more standard than you did suggest from the tasting notes. But we'll see. Maybe this morning I can make a nice batch of it, bring out some of these other flavors. Shout out to my guy Santiago Chavez, by the way. He always gives me good coffee tips, so we'll see. Maybe I can crush it with this one this morning. Pump some currency in the headphones. That'll get you right, man. So currency, the thing about currency is he just drops. He drops music. He's one of the people who inspire me to drop every day. He and Larry June, some of my biggest inspirations on the channel here. And this is the thing I'm talking about. Today's another opportunity for greatness. That's what dropping every day forces me to do. It forces me to say, hey, today's another chance. Today's another chance to do something. Today's another chance to work toward my goal. I have to do something every day to get closer to my goal. It ensures that the consistency is there. And if the consistency is there, hopefully the progress will be there as well. Maybe I'll take today as an opportunity to be great and up my best when it comes to my coffee setup, because I'm out here using my iPhone to project light down on the Chemex. That's not fire. It's not fire, man. I mess around, go to Lowe's, up my best when it comes to the home improvement. Yeah, out here with the college dorm setup. Meanwhile, paying a full grown man mortgage. Out here looking like it's 2013. It's disrespectful. Yeah, out here with the New York City bachelor vibe. Meanwhile, I got 3 sleeping kids. It's really just embarrassing, bro. I apologize. Yeah, that's some coffee right there. Thing though, one of those stick-on lights that would go under here is what, $2? I could get it $2 off Amazon, or I could get something from Lowe's for $7. It's just time. And also, this is an issue that happens once or twice a week, and it always happens at an hour where Lowe's is not open. See, if this were happening at 4 p.m., maybe I would say, hold my non-alcoholic athletic brewing beer, honey. I'm driving to Lowe's and getting a new light fixture. But the thing is, it's happening at 4:45 a.m. The Lowe's is not awake. And I'm not about to fire up the Amazon app and start shelling out cash to my man Bezos. By the way, someone commented Jeff Bezos on my New Balance Bezos review. That's funny, man. People got the jokes. People really have the jokes out here now. I love it. We're going to get a little Chemex action going, man. There's nothing like a nice Chemex on a Sunday morning. Yeah, it smells, the roast smells a little darker than you would expect for a light roast. But here's why I love Hatchet. So they're based in North Carolina. These are local guys, and they will write a handwritten note every time I order from them. Hey, Wanda, thank you so much for shopping with us. Thank you even more for ordering our Guatemala anaerobic. It's so delicious and will not disappoint. Enjoy. They will even sometimes do little drawings. Let me see if I can find one. Look. Another note here. They have some they've sent us that are drawings. I don't think I can find any in here. Is this one? I don't know. This time they just said, hey, you want a cheers? But I literally save all these notes and they go the extra mile. They take every order as an opportunity to be great. That's why I love Hatchet, man. Alright, we have the coffee going. Breakfast. Man, pull up like I'm Shaq, just palming the homemade bread. So Charlie made this bread last night. She said she's not sure how it's going to be because she left it proofing in the oven for about 3 hours. So it's probably going to be a little bit overproofed, as she says. If I'm being honest with you, I have no idea what that means. And I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Bread is bread is bread. But here's the thing. If you're trying to be great at your craft, bread is not bread. Is not bread. It's like when somebody says, oh, you ran a marathon in 2 hours and 49 minutes? That is so fast. What pace is that? Oh, that's a 6 minute and 26 minute pace? Man, that is so fast. I can't even run that for a mile. You're so fast. And meanwhile, we're out here trying to get even faster, right? Trying to get even, because for us, it's not about how fast the pace might seem to somebody else and whether or not that's their 5K pace or mile pace. Hold on. I gotta go pour the coffee again. What I'm saying, bro, it's not about what Katie from the account services team thinks it's fast, right? It's not about what Tyler from billing thinks is fast. It's not about what me, a complete goofball of a husband, thinks might be a good loaf of bread. No, if you're dedicated to your craft and you're out here trying to make the best bread in Mint Hill, you're not going to be accepting any dang overproof bread when you're trying to be great. This looks like some pretty good bread, though. I'm not going to lie. It's a journey of trying to make ourselves better. It's not about what Keisha from HR thinks, man. We're out here trying to up our best. Man, I gotta tell you, this is some heavy bread. Out here like Wayne Gretzky. It's that hockey puck bread, bro. 3 slices, call it a hat trick. I'll work on my grip strength with this one. Alright, last little pour here. Let's remove these suggestions of modernity. Look at that. It's not just a Sunday morning. It's an opportunity to be great, to be a great husband, and make our wife some coffee. If you're the first one up, go ahead. Be a great spouse. And make your spouse some coffee. Because you know why? Happy spouse, happy house. I've said it before. It's true. It's true. I unevenly distributed this coffee, though. Bang. Look at that. 5 years of marriage. Good job, me. All right, before I even start this peanut buttering process here, I have to tell you about this. This honey. I'm not even going to show you. I'm not even going to show you the brand. Look at that. This is what we're down to today. There's no local honey. We do not have the laissez-faire, libertarian, non-government inspected Adam Smith honey today. Look at this, coming in the plastic bottle. It's that Nancy Pelosi honey, bro. This is highly regulated. And pull up with the FDR honey. Gosh dang, that's not what you want. I'm trying to get that Rand Paul honey. Alright, so breakfast though, we have the 2 pieces of toast. I'm probably gonna go 3. A little Trader Joe's peanut butter. Also, Trader Joe's peanut butter, one of the soupiest peanut butters in the game. I'm not sure what they're doing in those factories. Where is this even made? It doesn't say. Shouldn't it say where our peanut butter's made? Talk about Nancy Pelosi. Might have to give her a call. There's more regulation on peanut butter, less on honey. That's what we need. Maximum Kush 2024. But just look at this as I try to spread this, man. This is not peanut butter. This is peanut liquid. That's my issue with the Trader Joe's peanut butter. It does not have enough viscosity. Not enough viscosity. It's very soupy and wet. This is gonna take a long time. I should have had this turned over from the start. I don't even know if we're gonna have enough honey to go. Man, we're on the honey struggle bus today. If you've never had laissez-faire honey, I highly recommend. Go to your local farmer's market. drop the $15 or whatever it is. You can just get the little sample jar for like $5. Try some local honey. It will change your life. It will change your life. You're not really eating honey. Until you pull up with that Revolutionary War. No taxation without representation. Honey. Man, these other boys still eating King George honey. Oh man, this is not fire. This is not fire. I'm trying to get that Ronald Reagan honey. Bro, I need that states' rights honey. This is that federalism, dual layer cake, big government power honey. They try to pull up with the American flag supporting our USA beekeepers. Yeah, American flag because the United States government overly inspected the honey. You don't want that. You don't want the government all up in your honey, man. Keep the government out of the beehive. It's getting ridiculous, bro. I have to call out Mitch McConnell. I'm going to eat this and we're going to talk about our word of the day. It's not honey. It's not government. It's not even Mitch McConnell or Nancy Pelosi. I'll see you in a bit. Oh man, one bite, everybody knows the rules. Dense. This is some thick boy toast, but I like it. It's hearty. This is going to keep us fueled up, man. And I just did a little coffee taste test here. I know exactly what they're talking about with the cherry liqueur. Hold on, one more sip. We need one extra sip. Everybody knows rules. Yeah, it's powdered cocoa. It's dark cocoa from the northern part of Europe. It's good. It's solid. It's a little savory note to it. That's where the cherry liqueur comes into play. So I'll say dark cocoa, cherry liqueur, and maybe some seaweed. There's a salty umami to it. It's an umami type of coffee. And I think if I nail the brewing process, I can bring out a little bit more umami. Santiago, if you're watching this, let me know how can I get a little bit more umami out of my coffee. And by the way, look at this. Bang. We have the Hatchet coffee mug too. We're bought into the full Hatchet coffee ecosystem. We gotta support. But yeah, coffee's pretty fire. Don't be eating that Bill de Blasio honey. Don't be eating that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez honey, thinking it's fire. It's not fire. You gotta get that Clarence Thomas honey, bro. No government regulations on my honey. It's serious disrespect. They coming up here with the Elizabeth Warren honey. Look at this. Look at this. If your honey looks like some maple syrup, that's how you know it went through too many government inspections. It's out here on some RBG honey. It's the notorious RBG honey. Rest in peace to the goat, but I'm not trying to get that RBG honey. I'm trying to pull up with the Antonin Scalia honey. That's the type of honey I'm trying to get. They don't hit this honey with 2-3 rounds of government regulation. You see the way it's moving in the light? Raw honey is dancing. Raw honey is dancing like some VVS diamonds in the light. This is not dancing like that. This is that Bernie Sanders honey, bro. Can't do it. All right, we finished the breakfast, but look at this, man. This is how I know it's not fire. They don't hit my honey with an expiration date. Honey is like the grind. Honey does not expire. There's no stopping honey. This is that Alger Hiss honey, bro. They hit it with 1, 2, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, government inspections. Nah. It's that Adlai Stevenson honey, bro. That Harry Truman honey. Get that out of here, man. We off that. I really want to just throw this in the trash, but Charlie will probably use it for her tea. Look at that. Happy spouse, happy house. Good job, me. Alright, I told you. We're bringing back the word of the day today. We are bringing back the word of the day for today's run. The word of the day is not honey. The word of the day was not honey. This is the word of the day. Greatness. Greatness. I told you, every run is an opportunity to be great. So I'm out here talking about greatness on a 21-mile long run in the Diadora Gara. Because I've committed to doing 20-mile runs nearly every weekend. And for me, I know that if I am consistent, that's going to be a way to get to my goals. The other reason I'm out here talking about greatness is because sometimes I have to remind myself my why. Why am I doing this? Why am I making videos every day? Why am I running 100 miles a week? It's not for what Sheila on the accounts receivable team thinks about me. It's for myself. I've found something where I can pour myself into it and I see progress. I see things moving. I can be intensely focused and get some sort of a positive benefit out of it. And this is what the whole hobby jogger mindset, this is what the whole up your best is about. It's not about up their best or up your best in their eyes. It's what can I do to improve myself? I want to get better every day. I want to get better at my craft. I want to get better as a family man. I want to get better at triggering people, talking about some Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez honey. So this is how I've defined greatness, and this is how I'm thinking about it right now. First, consistent progress over time. Being consistent with these runs and seeing progress, or being consistent with whatever it is if we want to be great. Making sure that we don't leave the bread in the oven for 3 hours proofing. Consistent progress over time, man. That is what I am trying to do, and that's why I hold myself to consistency over time, because if I know I can do the consistent part and the overtime part, that the progress part will come. And that's why I do these daily videos. That's why I do, and I don't know if it's just American society and culture right now, or it's a global thing, but it almost feels weird to say out loud, I want to be great. But why does that feel weird? I'm not sure. Why does it feel weird to say we want to be the best we can be? Because that's what greatness is. Greatness to me is being the best version of ourselves. It's not about winning accolades. It's not about money. It's not about running a fast time. To me, it's about showing up better today than I was. Not necessarily yesterday, but better than I was 6 months ago. It's progress. It's not linear. That's what greatness is to me. And if I'm doing something, whether that's running, whether that's YouTube videos, whether that's being a family man, I want to be the best that I can be. And if that means crushing all these disrespectful little boys, then so be. No, I'm just kidding. Second one, failure as fuel. This is something that I've thought about a lot and almost struggled with. How do I use negative moments to keep me going? It's almost, I have this intolerance to losing. That's what drives me sometimes, man. If I have a video that performs badly, it nearly makes me sick. Trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? If I have a bad run. It doesn't make me sick anymore because now I'm pretty quick at identifying, bang, that was what was wrong in that run. My sleep was off. I've trained too hard in the weeks leading up to it. But being able to accept those failures and use them as fuel to keep going, man, we cannot be afraid of failure. We have to use it as fuel. And that's been the biggest unlock for me, just thinking about running this training block. When I've stopped being scared of, man, if I push too hard, I'm going to flame out. When I've just started attacking workouts fearlessly and saying, dude, if I burn out, who cares? Why does it matter? I'm going to hit these kilometer repeats hard. If I can't do the 400s, so be it. I'll do them next week. I'm going to hit today's tempo hard and trust my recovery so that even if I flame out towards the end, it doesn't matter. Once I've gotten out of the negative split mindset, that mindset of, oh man, I have to hold back so that I can leave a little bit. No. Once I've said, it's okay if we fail, I want to find the point of failure. That has unlocked a lot for me, this training block, just being able to go and get it and not be scared of flaming out. And third thing here is, man, always finding a way. So this is another thing with the daily videos and forcing myself to drop videos every day and do these 20-mile long runs. It forces me, no matter the circumstances, I always have to find a way to get it done. Whether I'm going to wake up at 4:30 a.m. like today, or whether I could do it at 8 a.m. I'm going to get my 100 miles a week. I'm going to do the long run. I'm going to drop a video. It's the non-negotiables. And for me, putting those non-negotiables out and committing to them ensure that I can be the best version of myself and I can be executing. I think that's what a lot of the greats have in common, man. Always finding a way, not saying, oh, it's raining today. I'm not feeling it today. It's a little bit late. I'm not gonna go out. I'm just gonna take the day up. And always finding a way. To me, that's what greatness is. And if you look at this, none of this is about numbers or money. It's all about committing, executing, and getting better. Man, not being afraid to fail. Not being afraid to lose. But man, when I do lose, it just makes me sick. It honestly makes me sick sometimes. But that's what I use to get better. That's what I use to get better. We can't be afraid to fail. We got to find a way forward. Always find a way forward. So this is my little mantra that I put down here. Every day is a chance to up your best. To up your best. All right. I also wanted to balance it out here with another word, because I am realizing at this period of training, and I think for a lot of us, when we are grinding, when we are at our max, whether that's physical, emotional, mental, when we are trying to be great, we can be so laser focused on this progress, the fuel, the finding a way forward. We can be so just tunnel vision at moving forward, not worried about anything else. And this is the thing, right? I don't focus a lot on the subscriber numbers and view count and all that. All I care about is that it's going up. And what I've realized recently is that I don't even look at, people will say, oh, you reached this number. I don't even look at what's on the left side of the number. I just look at what's on the right side of the number, and that what's on the right side of the number is moving up every day. And that's the downside of being so focused on these three things, is that we can start to lose a little bit of that gratefulness. So I also wanted to take a moment today, 6 weeks out from the next race, in what's been probably one of the biggest years of my career so far, to just be grateful. Because I think being so laser focused on moving forward all the time, executing, I can really lose sight of the good things that are happening right now. So I am extremely grateful for my health. Number one, I've run over 3,300 miles this year, which is more than some Olympic marathoners. More than a lot of Olympic marathoners. So that is a lot of mileage, and I've been able to be healthy probably because I haven't been running since I was 8, 9, or 10. So my body doesn't have the compound effects of 2 decades of pounding. But whatever it is, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for the support of my family, you guys on the channel. And I'm grateful for the serendipity and being able to run 3,300 miles this year. That's not just because of health and support. It's a little bit of luck or blessing or chance, or I like this word a lot, serendipity. The stars all aligning. So that we can do that. And there'll be different moments in life, right? Where we look back and we say, man, we had it good then. Or man, that was a rough patch. And it can get a little bit grindy. If you have young kids, you know it can get a little bit grindy. But we also need to appreciate the now. So my other mantra down here, just appreciate the season. And this is one of the things, it is so hard to be grateful sometimes because we get so focused on, man, if I don't run an 8:30 minute per mile pace today, this run is a complete bust. But the health is still there. The support is still there. We still get all the benefits from running. So that's why it's hard to balance these things, man. And sometimes I can feel myself slipping into this aggressive, almost negative mentality of it's me against the world. I'm putting up big numbers. I'm chewing through runs. I'm tearing up the road. And that's not necessarily how I want to be living every day. But in order to get the best out of myself, man, it's not. You think LeBron is out there in the locker room saying, let's go play some basketball, folks? I think to get the best out of ourselves sometimes, and when we're really pushing ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally, that aggressive edge, the mentality, it needs to be there, which is what makes it so impressive to me that I have no idea how somebody like Tom Brady or even LeBron, how do you keep going when you have what's keeping that edge there? What's allowing yourself to get into that mode? And people ask me, how long are you going to keep up the daily videos? I'm going to keep up the daily videos until it's not effective anymore, until there's no story to be told here. But I'm still hungry. I'm still starving. I'm still getting after it. I still have something to say. And that's why the channel is good right now. And when that's no longer the case, I'm going to park my behind in a $37,000 golf cart, start Supwell Golf, and I'll be over there talking about they don't want to see me at the driving range blasting 300 yarders, bro. These old men looking a little grumpy when they see me pull up with the shiny rims on the golf cart. And I'll find my edge in another domain, right? But for now, this is what it's about. I'm trying to be great. I'm trying to be great today. Every run is an opportunity to be great. With that being said, plan for the run today. I'm just going to go as hard as I can. We have a down week next week, and this is what I'm saying. I'm pushing myself during this training block to find my limits. Last week was a 27-mile long run. I hit a 25-mile double day this week. How hard can I go on some tired legs? We're going to hit about 110 miles this week. It's go time. So I'm grateful for this opportunity to just go out there and hammer. And I'm going to see what I have. I'm going to get changed and then it's time to go. I think it's Chief Keef time now. I'm fired up, man. Let's go. Up your best. Chief Keef, hit up. La Sosa. Robbie's and Roses. 4, 8, 12, 16. Emergency. Man, what? Close to 30. Get at the street. Man, I'm trying to be great, bro. About to hit the frother with a little bit of that non-dairy oat beverage. So Charlie has it when she wakes up. Up your best. Put some milk in the frother for your spouse. It is 6:08, but it is still mad dark outside. I'm going to go drop my second bottle off at the mailbox, but it is still super dark out there. Do we have shoes? Do we get an overnight shoe delivery? Look at this. Is that an overnight shoe delivery? Fire. Yeah, that's something that I bought on the Supwell app. My guy Ren. Shout out to Ren Pablo. I haven't even mentioned the Supwell app today. If you guys want to buy, sell, and trade used running shoes and connect with other hobby joggers, go download the Supwell app, $1 a month. Yeah, man, it's still pretty dark out here. Still pretty dark out there, but it is time to go. Oh, bro. Oh my goodness, man. It's not a game. It's not a game. Dude, it's all fun and games until you start getting attacked by some moths. And we left the light on out here last night, and the moths are just swarming. Some even came inside when I opened the door. Man. Alright, lacing up the Diadora Gara here. Let's see. My concern was the length from memory. Nah, this is actually perfect. This is perfect. I'm not selling these. I'm not selling these, man. Yeah, dialed in. These are dialed in. This is one of those shoes that just fits my foot really well. Yeah, this is the perfect length. True to size for me. I nearly always go true to size. Unless there's some serious issue, I'm going true to size. The only shoes this year that were not true to size for me, the Asics Metaspeed shoes, I got them true to size. I should have gone half a size up. Also the Atreyu shoes. It's just confusing though with a new brand like that. How do you just get your sizing right, man? Like there's so few things you need to do to be taken seriously. Just get the sizing right. That's one of them. Also, if you know that all the sizing is off, why don't you just change the labels so that the 10.5s are 10s or something like that. Anyway, Diadora did get their sizing right, thankfully. Fits perfect. And it feels like a sneaker. I said this last time. This feels like a sneaker that I could wear around. It's not super aggressive. And I think they designed this so that if somebody wants the best of the best, one cool sneaker to do it all with the carbon fiber plate, they could get this. It's definitely not a fashion shoe. It has some legit performance to it, but you could wear it. You could wear this around the city. Swag out. Alright. It is time to go. It is still pretty dark. It's September 1st today, and it's still dark at 6:19 a.m. So we're just gonna go for it. Let's go play some basketball, fellas. Howdy do, howdy day. It's a great day. Alright, I'm hitting this hard out of the gates here. Initial impressions, reacquainting myself with the Gara. Soft, light, bouncy. I am flying. This is effortless, and it's not like the Alpha Fly that feels aggressive. This is the complete opposite. If the Alpha Fly is a Jeep, Grand Cherokee, Trackhawk, or maybe a Dodge Charger, Hellcat, wide body, big 700 horsepower engine, lots of noise. This is a Ferrari SF90 with some hybrid assist. 0 to 100 in 4 seconds, maybe even 2.5 seconds, but silent. This is a silent killer. It is so smooth, so fast, and it's at your neck before you can even open your mouth to say a word. So I'm just letting it fly this morning. I'm gonna see how many I could get and what pace I can get down to. That's the game plan. We're hungry. We're hungry. Alright, first 2 miles, 7:08, 6:51. Moving pretty good in the Gara. It's even a little bit softer than I remember. An early overreaction here. It almost feels too soft for me today. It's crazy to say, but I've been training in a lot of firmer shoes,
and this feels very soft. I compared it to the old version of New Balance Fuel Cell before in the Rebel V3. That's what it feels like. And this morning, it is feeling very soft. So we'll see how it holds up through this 21 miler or however long it is. Mile 3, that was a 6:46. I'm gonna take my first gel right now. I had the Banoffee, but I'm not feeling Banoffee this morning. I'm feeling straight Morton caffeinated. So that's what we're doing. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting my breathing pattern right, but hopefully as we warm up into it, it settles in. First 30 minutes, always challenging. Mile 4, 6:55. Take care of one hill at a time. One hill at a time. One hill down, baby. Running fearless. We're running fearless this morning. So this is definitely a cadence type of shoe. When I'm turning over the legs, quick steps feels so much better than when I'm grinding, trying to dig. It's a little soft this morning. I think my preferences are shifting during this phase of training right now. I'm liking a bit more firmness so I can dig. This one's feeling just a touch like some Carolina red clay. All right, last 2 miles were in the 6:20s. That was mile 6, 6:22. Another hill, another opportunity to be great. Let's go. Another hill down, baby, let's go. Mile 10 up the hill, or mile 7 up the hill, 6:40. I was saying mile 10 because I'm gonna try to hold this effort until mile 10 and see if I can find another gear. My breathing is just not right today. It's the fatigue, man. That's what I'm saying. We could pull back or we could buy in. We can opt in. It's another opportunity. I'm also going to do the next gel. Non-caffeinated Morton. Mile 8, 6:25. Another hill right now. Another opportunity to be great. Man, I feel so fast on the flats. Holy cow. All right. I'm gonna stay on the flats instead of going back to the neighborhood. Get a little bit more speed this morning. Gosh dang. Even on the flat, there's a hill. There's a hill. That's why they call it Mint Hill, not Mint Flat. But you know what we call them? Another opportunity to be great. They should call it Mint Greatness Opportunities. It's not about anybody else this morning. This is an opportunity to do it for myself. To prove to myself that I have it, that I can run on tired legs, that I have what it takes to be great. We gotta do it for ourselves sometimes. It's not about anybody else. All right, mile 10, 6:24. And I hate to say it, but this is feeling a little mushy. Feeling a little mushy and soft for me. This might be going on the app. But I'm gonna see if I can find another gear. I thought I hit another gear. And it turns out I was still going 620, so feeling a little bit like I'm bottoming this thing out. Yeah, I'm digging in and it just feels like there's not much in the forefoot. But let's see. Lock in, try to find another gear. How many Teslas at the pickleball court today? 1, 2, 3. You already know who it is. There was literally a 4th Tesla going into the pickleball courts. Unbelievable. Yeah, that last mile was another 620. It's a little frustrating. I just can't get down today. Just not finding that last gear. Time for another gel. Oh, don't swerve and gel. We're going caffeine Morton. Man, I'm just fighting for these 620s. And aerobically, I feel great. I just got to get my legs moving a little better. If I can get 1.6 flat, it's floodgates. It's floodgates. All right, last mile, that was a 6:11. We're breaking it open here. No mercy. No mercy. Man, I told you if I got one, it was floodgates. Now we're cooking. Holy cow. Oh my God. Hey, go back home. Go back home. This dog is literally still following me 3 minutes later. Is that your dog? It's literally getting disrespectful out here. Alright, well that was massively disruptive to the flow here. Alright, mile 14. Did I see a dog? Is that your dog? Yeah, it's around the corner. Go around the house over there. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna end up leaving in, and I know some people out there are gonna think I was overreacting. No, I love America, I love the South, I love North Carolina, but I'm out here alone, shirtless. I ain't taking no chances for a dang dog, man. Getting chased by a dog in rural North Carolina. What do I look like? It's not a game. All right, 15, 6:02. I told you, once I get one, it's over. Floodgates. We just went 6:11, 6:03, 6:02, and I still have more. We're cooking. I'm gonna switch the bottle real quick. Boom. Boom. Man, I knew I could find another gear. I knew I could find another gear. You just have to believe in yourself sometimes, man. We're cooking. I'm gonna go last gel of the day. Banoffee, Banoffee, Banoffee. Say it 3 times, drop a bomb. Rare mid-run bomb. People out here talking about dogs are an animal's man's best friend. Dogs are a man's best friend. Miles are a man's best friend. Miles. My guy had his dog changed up with a rusted off collar. That's not best friend treatment. I'm out here making love to the Miles on the daily. And some people are never gonna love us. That's fine. You don't have to love us. But you're gonna respect us. Because we're out here working, being great, being excellent. Mile 18, 6:04. First 18, those are for me. Last 2, this is for them. This is where we make them pay. Mile 19, 5:59, make them pay. We're taking a respect today. 110 miles, 2 weeks in a row. It's not a game. We don't ask for permission. We dole out punishment. We dole out punishment. Let them know. You gotta make them pay. You gotta make them feel it. Scorched earth. No mercy. Laying the pain down this morning, baby. This is not a game. .551. That was mile 20. I'm gonna still keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Little 0.5. Let's get a little 0.5 just to let them know. Just to take a little more respect. Half a mile, double the respect. One last hill, one last opportunity to be great. Let them know. It's not about any dang 21-mile long run. It's about respect. Man, we got a fallen soldier. We have a fallen soldier. But his brother is right there, giving him a tribute. Thing is, man, I really relate to the slugs more than I relate to a lot of these other boys. Because the slugs are out here in the dirt, putting in work. And 21 miles, 6:23 pace. 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 5 seconds. Disgusting. 6:23 pace. That's a double LeBron right there. Old LeBron and new LeBron. Man, I was watching Clayton Young's YouTube channel last night. The last episode of his Olympics docu-series. Black and white, very, very serious, very cinematic. And my guy said, referring to his competitors, he said, peoples whose name I can't pronounce. That's how he referred to his competitors at the Olympics. If you want to know where the intensity comes from, that's where the intensity comes from, man. It doesn't matter. That's what I said earlier. It doesn't matter how much money I make. It doesn't matter what degrees I have. It doesn't matter what zip code my house is in. It doesn't matter where I send my kids to school. For some of us, none of that matters. None of that matters. When we're standing in the street with our hands up and a wild Rottweiler dancing around, maybe possibly going to attack us, and the cars don't stop, that's all that matters, man. And that's why for some of us, we're out here putting in the pain, trying to run the 5:58 mile like our life depends on it. And that's why I'm going to keep dropping every day and putting in the work until I don't feel like I have to tell that story, man. I was at a run last year. It was a loop course. I was in first place, putting in the work, just lapping these guys. And one of these boys said, "Nice work, buddy," something along those lines. And I put my hand up to acknowledge it. But I was out of breath. I was working. It was about a 3-hour race. And he had the gall to say, he can't talk. He's throwing up gang signs. I wanted to turn around and clock him in the face. But you know what I did instead? I said nothing. And I set the course record. And I shook everyone's hands while those other boys were still doing their laps for 2 more hours. And I went home. The story's not over, man. You gotta find an edge. You gotta find an edge. That's what I'm saying, man. When the edge is gone, when I don't have anything else to say, when I don't feel like I need to come out here and run like my life depends on it, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna be doing this forever. And that's what I was saying earlier. Being grateful. Gratefulness. That's kind of a long word, gratefulness. 3 syllables. Is there an easier way to say that? Contentment. That's 3 syllables as well, but I'm appreciative of the season. I'm appreciative that I am so fired up right now. And that I do feel like I have something to prove out here. And that I'm trying to get the best out of myself. Because I know it's not going to be like this forever. It's not going to be like this forever. I'm not going to be able to run 110 miles a week forever. So I am really appreciative that right now I'm in a season of life where that's possible. And I'm letting it fly. And at the same time, dang, that 6:08 on the last mile, even though it's uphill, that's going to... I was giving it all I had, but that would have been nice to get a 5:50 something. Failure as fuel, though. So we got 21 miles. Let's see. In the beautiful, I mean, look at this thing. Look at this thing. Is this the best looking? Can we get some proper lighting on the Diadora Gara? Is this the best looking shoe on the market right now? Is this the best looking shoe? Somebody said the SC Elite V4 was the best looking race shoe. No, that's the Lamborghini Urus. This is the Ferrari. This is so smooth, so clean. It doesn't quite have that aggressive demon time feeling of the Alpha Fly, but it rides like it looks. It's smooth, it's fast, it's a nice, clean, simple ride, and the toe off 4-foot rocker is amazing. So let's throw up the run today. We got 21 miles. I was planning to get 20. My plan was to get 20 and then cool down for 21, but I was just moving, and that whole scenario with the dog just set me off, and I got in my bag a little bit. But that's the thing. This is what I'm saying, man. Sometimes it can't be no, let's go for a run today. And I'm realizing recently I've been in this mood. I've been a little bit ticked off. But when I want to get the best out of myself, we have to run like this sometimes, and we have to be in this, I got something to say, I got something to prove, I got some respect to take, I got some cotton in my mouth. Had a little bit too much banoffee. Man, it feels like, my mouth feels like we've been off that sativa. So yeah, throw up the run again. The story of today was every time I thought that I maxed this shoe out in first 30 minutes, it was hard for me to warm up into the run. I felt like I couldn't get my breath. I couldn't get my breathing down. Something just wasn't right at that 7 flat 640. It turned out I just needed more time on feet to warm up into the run. And that's the issue sometimes with not doing a true warm up and warming up into the run. It does take some time to get into it. And also with the higher mileage that I do, I really didn't get a good run in for 48 hours. I got my run on Friday, which was 10 miles at about a 7:40 pace. And then yesterday I did 4 miles in the Saucony Triumph at about a 8:40, almost 9-minute pace. So that was nothing, basically no aerobic stimulus, just plodding around the neighborhood. And I think because I didn't get a good run in yesterday, it was just my aerobic system almost out here putting in the work in the Cliftons. Let's go. My aerobic system needed some time to warm up. So it took me about an hour to truly warm up into the run. And every time I thought I couldn't find another gear, the shoe couldn't get down, I was bottoming it out, it responded. And it turned out it was not the shoe. It was just I needed to lock in. And I do think there's something with this shoe versus some of the other great racers like the Endorphin Elite, which I think that's going to be due for a re-review soon, a revisit soon, to see if that can still live up to my memory of it. The Alpha Fly, some of these firmer, more aggressive shoes, those feel like they're a little bit easier for me to access that 6 flat gear and for me to crank it up. For this one, I really had to work, but I was grinding, just chipping away 620, 620, 620. And I said, man, don't let me get 1.6 flat, because once I get a 6 flat, it's floodgates, it's over. And we have to, as runners, we have to get into that mindset. We have to, and I know I'm getting intense, and I've been intense, but it's intense to run 105 miles, and then 110 miles, and then another 110 miles. 3 105 plus mile weeks in a row. That's intense. That's intense. That's not a walk in the park. We have to be intense sometimes as runners if we want to get the best out of ourselves. And that's the mode that I've been in. I've been absolutely grinding. 27-mile long run last week, and then to come back this week, 21, I knew I had some left in me to go 240 marathon pace at the end, and that's what I did for the last 6-7 miles there. So I'm proud of that effort. The shoe was great. It could stand up. It was comfortable. It was soft. At times I felt like it was maybe a little bit too soft. This toe up here is very soft, but once I locked into some good mechanics, and this is the thing, some shoes, they let you get away with sloppiness, and some shoes don't. With this shoe, it's not that it's sloppiness or not sloppiness, but I really had to kick, and I had to, so think about this, right? You see what I'm doing here? This part, I call it the heel to booty. With this shoe, if I'm landing on the toe and going heel to booty and keeping the ground contact time short, that's when I'm getting the most out of it, and that's when this will be the optimal shoe for me. It's a good form running shoe. I think even with the Alpha Fly, I can get away a little bit with that sloppy mashing. This isn't as much of a sloppy masher. No sloppiness here. You really got to be locked in, and once I was locked in, just razor sharp form focused on heel to booty. It's a fly. Turning them over. That's when the shoe felt great. Now let's take a look at the wear here. So we have about, 50, 60 miles on it. Let me actually check. Strava. So 33 plus 21. So we have over 50 miles on this now. And the wear is pretty solid. You could definitely put 100 miles on this before a race and have it be okay. I also think we're due for a little bit of a wipe down here, especially on the inside. But ride experience, it's definitely on the softer side, and that's why there were times where I felt like I was on the verge of bottoming it out, especially as I was trying to dig, as I was just chipping away at that 620 pace. But it was really all mental. It was all mental, and that's why I take you through the entirety of the run, so you can see what's going into my experience with the shoe, and also what's going into me as a hobby jogger stringing together these 105 and 110 mile weeks. It's not a dang let's go shoot some hoops, fellas. It's not. It can get gritty, and it did this morning, and it can get hard and it can get tough, and I have to remind myself why I'm doing this, who I'm doing this for, and what I stand for and what I represent sometimes when it gets tough. And that's the why. You guys heard the why today. You guys heard the why, and this is why I'm doing it. And I'm not going to stop until we don't have to tell that story anymore, and it might be never. So I might be out here at 89 years old banging out 100 miles a week of run walk. This ain't a game. Hellcats and Stackhawks. Oh gosh, the bee was on the shoe. Why are the bees so heavy out here, man? All right, I'm gonna take the other shoe. See if I can. Maybe these bees want to link up. They're trapping out the Ronald Reagan honey. That is a honeybee. Well, that's fire. Let's get some Tim Scott honey going over here. All right, man, I don't think the bee is gonna go away, so let's just finish it out. We got bees on the shoes, we got flies on the camera. You let a brother live out here, man. So Diadora Gara, soft, bouncy. This is still a great pick, still a great shoe with everything else that I've tested this year. definitely, and this is weird, I'm so used to holding it in my left hand. It can still stand up to everything else I've tested. It's still a lot of fun, a lot more fun than the Edge Paris, a lot more comfortable than the Edge Paris, a lot more comfortable than the Endorphin Elite. It has all the gears. It does have all the gears. I wonder if I would be a little bit faster in the Alpha Fly or the Endorphin Elite. Maybe, maybe not. I don't think it's the fastest, but the comfort quotient is there and the fun quotient is there. And I know a lot of you guys are probably not 6'2", putting down 6 flat paces. So if you're a little bit smaller than I am or running race paces that are maybe a minute off of mine, I don't think you'll have as much of an issue. But if you're around my size and running similar paces, I don't know if I would pick this as my one race shoe. Now, if you're a shoe addict and you were signed up for the Supwell app, and by the way, the Supwell app is not just for shoe addicts, and I'm really trying to bring some more people into the fold. We need some non-shoe addicts who can actually benefit from all the great inventory we have, because a lot of the shoe addicts are unloading. So I'm trying to figure out, how do we get some high school kids who could actually benefit from getting some discounted shoes on there? Do I need to hit up the Mecklenburg Department of Education and do a little collab with them? That's not a bad idea right there, man. We got them on and they can take the shoe addict shoes. And we also have the training threads going. I posted a question there last night about how do you stay accountable to early morning wake ups, and we got a lot of good answers there. I said, I'm going to try to wake up at 4:30 a.m. and look, I did it. So if you want to join the best community for runners, the best community of hobby joggers helping other hobby joggers, sign up for the Supwell app. It's $1 per month. So I'm not going to be listing these on the Supwell app. I want to get a few more runs. They are still fun. I'm probably not going to be racing in them. I don't know. They're a fun shoe, but they're a touch. And grind so hard, we maxed out the camera recording limit. It's 30 minutes. We had it rolling for 30 minutes because the slug was putting in work and we just had it going straight. Yeah, I'm probably not going to race in this shoe, but it's fun, it's soft, it's bouncy. If that's what you're looking for, it's a great shoe. It has a little bit more snap and aggression to it than the Saucony Endorphin Pro 4. Much more comfortable than the Endorphin Elite and the Alpha Fly. Cloud Boom Echo or Cloud Boom Strike. More like Cloud Bzz Strike. Bro, there's 2 of them now. Are there? No, it's just one. It's not about the shoe, man. It's about putting in the work. But if you want a fun shoe to put in the work, then you might like the Diadora Gara, man. But if I have one takeaway from today, just try to be great. Try to be the best version of yourself. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm not scared to say it. I'm not scared to say it. We all have goals, and we should feel comfortable and confident saying we want to be great. So I'm going to continue to try to be my best. I'm going to continue putting in the work. We have a down week coming. We earned this down week, man. 105, 110, 110, 27-mile long run, followed with the 21-miler with a 6:23 pace. This was a good micro cycle within training. It's a beautiful thing to see that progression over time. I just ran 21 miles at a faster pace than my last marathon. That's not bad. That's not bad right there. So consistent progress over time. I am trying to be great. I'm going to continue coming out here, mashing up and down the hills, looking for ways to find my edge and to keep turning the page on the story. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video because we're dropping every day. Looking at me real weird in the stack runner.
All right, look at this beautiful post-run recovery meal. Probably my favorite post-run recovery meal. Stop filming dinner. Reevesy doesn't want me to film the brunch, but little tofu scramble, sweet potatoes, sauteed onions, kale, and then bagels that I picked up from Family Dough. And look at that perfectly. Ooh, chorizo and black bean. Did you toast these? That's the difference. Look at that. Charles Toaster Skills. 8-1. That's a perfectly toasted bagel.
I thought the top.
No.
The bottom was a little bit light.
The bottom used the bagel setting. Well, from the top, it looks good. Oh, this one is a little bit light? Yeah, I see that. It didn't melt, but it's okay. It's all good. Looking a little light. Shout out Utah. She's out here putting in work. Our last recovery meal of the day. Look at this beautiful dinner. What kind of rice? Is it jasmine or basmati? Jasmine rice, broccoli, and then the pièce de résistance. Orange tofu, like you might get out of the food court in 2011, except instead of the food court, it's Supwell Kitchen. And instead of chicken, it's tofu. Absolute fire. One of my favorite meals. I requested this, I think, a month ago because Charles always asks me if I have any requests, and it's finally here. That's how long it takes to get a meal in Supwell Kitchen. It's a month-long wait list. Look at this. Fire. Bang. First bite, everybody knows the rules. All right, one bite, everybody knows the rules. This tofu looks really hot, but we're just going to go for it. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Crispy. That's perfect. Crispy. No government inspection on this tofu.